Monday. Ha! Happy Monday. Welcome to today's live conversation. And you seem a little bit dancing and excited because we got some exciting plans for 2024. For today's live, I am joined by my colleague, Abigail Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca, Abby.
Hi, Raimonda. Hi, everyone. Good to
I do
be
this
here.
all the time. Every time I say your full name, I'm like, always end up with saying, Hi, Rebecca. I'm like, oh
It-
my goodness.
Honestly, even my family do it, so it's all good. I'm used to it. It's fine. I'll answer to any.
Is something in there. But in today's live, we are talking about taking you on a most beautiful destination 2024, which is the Women Thrive Luxury Wellness and Business Retreat. We're headed to Spain this June for an amazing 1 week vacation. And it's so much more than that. So in today's live, we wanted to hop on today's conversation and talk about what's in it for you if you get to join us at the Women Thrive Retreat. So many of you have raised your hands and expressed interest to be part of this retreat. And I think it's only fair that we actually talk to you a little bit more about it because retreats are mega transformational and it's not for everyone. So today, I think we will tell you a little bit more behind the scenes of what happens at retreats. And who else than my co facilitator, Abby? So, where do we begin, Abby, for today's conversation?
Well, it's really interesting because, well, it dependent on where you are in the world. But I'm based in the UK, right? So I've got my winter jumper on. It's cold outside. I'm thinking about nice, warm climates, sunny destinations, going to the beach. And I've been in this entrepreneurial world now for 7 years. And one of the things that I really, really love to do is obviously go on regular vacations, but I do also like to invest and spend time on retreats because you get the two elements. So you get the rest and the relaxation. And then it's like you say, you have this incredible transformation. There's something really amazing that happens when you say yes to yourself in that way. When you put yourself first, when you invest in yourself, and you go and you take yourself away from your business and almost like raise up and have a helicopter view of it. And you can be really, really strategic. And that's why I love retreats so much. Of course, you're hanging out with amazing, like-minded, dynamic women that you're building relationships with. And you also get the guidance and the mentoring and the coaching that you would get on a retreat like the Women Thrive retreat. So I think we've got so much to cover and so much to discuss today, just to share with everyone what it's all about, whether you've been on retreats before or whether this is your first time.
Yeah, amazing. So, in the comments below, let me know where in the world you're joining us from. And have you ever been on a business retreat? That would be my first question. If you have been, or maybe you haven't been, I think it's really important to cover some aspects of what is involved in a business retreat and specifically this retreat that we are hosting because it has a specific vision, I would say, and components to it that not all business retreats have. I know, Abby, that you've been on several retreats. What stood out for you about this retreat that we're hosted last year? And of course, we'll get to host in June in 2024.
You know what I love about this retreat? And yes, I've been on many retreats and I've also hosted my own retreats. What I love about this retreat is it was almost like there were two dimensions to it and two energies types.
Mm.
First of all, the first half, it's a week long. And I don't think I've ever been on a retreat that's that long, to be honest with you. But it really worked because the way that we ran it is that the beginning of the week, we're in a beautiful villa up in the mountains, plenty of time for relaxation, for rest, for really building relationships with the other women, and really kind of taking that strategic approach to your business, sitting back, lots of inspiration from very deep and meaningful conversations with the
Yeah.
other women. I'm sure that you'll agree. And then really, really quickly, it's almost like that's it, off the mountain into the city, and straight away there's a gear change and we're in that masculine energy, going on photo shoots, doing the Thrive talks, being videoed, doing all the videos, like speaking to camera. The mastermind was really, really incredible. And I have to say that I have never, ever, and I say this to everyone that I speak to about it, I've never, ever been on a retreat before where you get so much content. So it's not just the relationship building, the transformation, the business mentorship, the guidance, the connections. It's also the tangible things that you take away with you. I feel like I've had like 5 different brand shoots and an incredible like speaker reel, like all of this content away. So it really is, it very much stands alone in terms of certainly my experience of retreats. And we've had loads of feedback to agree with that as well.
Yeah. So I think this type of retreat is really for someone who aspires for a little bit more. If you are, my apologies, I will shut the blinds. There's too much sun. Is there such thing as too much sun?
You're selling the sunshine of Valencia.
Listen, I know I'm selling the sunshine, but I need to see the screen. And in June, the weather is going to be amazing. It's really, really warm. You get to, sunbathe and dip in a pool. But I think this kind of retreat is for a woman who is already quite successful in her business, who is looking for that bigger transformation, growth, business planning, connections, because there were some really amazing fellow women attending this retreat. And I feel like women who really participated also got some clients out and a lot of tangible opportunities out of it. And what Abby just said, that you get to do a lot of content creation, so not just for your business but also your personal photo shoots for your brand, for your visibility. You get videos, you get speaker reels, you get a keynote talk at the Thrive Talks event in Valencia. So I think there's just for the right kind of person who's looking for that next level of growth and visibility, this would be super ideal. Because as I say, there's 2 parts to it. So I think the first one is really strategize and visibility and photo shoots, and the first part was really around the wellness retreat and relaxation and healing as well. A lot of people actually received quite a bit of healing through this journey as well.
Yeah, I think when you get to a certain part in your business, when you get to a certain stage within your business and you're starting to, I think there's a big difference between being a business founder and being a business leader, right? So you can start your business, you can grow your business, and then there comes a point within your business when you are actually stepping into your leadership. You're not only leading yourself, you're leading big communities through transformation in terms of your clients, your courses, your programs. You're leading teams as well. So you are growing your team to support you as your business grows. And when you get to that point within your business, it's really, really important that you have support like this, because your needs change. So actually, when you are in a room full of women who are like-minded and are at that stage within the business and can help to support you and give you guidance and support with that, it really is. I mean, for me, it's an investment that always has a return on investment. All the things that you walk away with, and of course, the connection there is incredible.
You're so right. At that stage, you can't really necessarily work with your team at building that next level of growth planning unless you have those key roles in your business already filled. A lot of the times you need to work around other leaders, mentors, coaches, and, almost brainstorm and do the masterminding part, because I feel like you have to take away yourself from your usual environment, from your team, from being at your desk to build that bigger vision. And the many women that I've spoken who came to this retreat said this has been a huge catalyst for new opportunities, new growth, leadership that is now evolving. So even though they've taken this retreat nearly 2 months now ago, the effects are phenomenal because this allowed them to step into that next level and next version of themselves and dream even bigger. Because as you said, when you make that bigger investment in yourself, when you appreciate where you are in your journey already and the role that you play, and you make those decisions, some transformational things happen from within, and it's evident then it just manifests itself in the real world.
Yeah, absolutely. All of the above and times 10.
Yeah.
For sure. What was your like main takeaway from the retreat? What did you enjoy? Because obviously we host these retreats, but also it's it's everyone that is there. It's this incredible immersive experience. What did you most enjoy about it, Raimonda?
On more personal level, I really enjoy those connections and the proximity that you get to spend with people, and the energy that you get to share in a room. Like, I'm nearly getting teared up thinking about the morning hugs. We would all wake up in the morning and would hug each other out and have like coffee and fresh orange juice and go outside and sit on a balcony and just have those conversations, in pockets of time that we got to spend together. For me, that was really magical. Apart from many other snippets, like I just kind of zoom out and think going to a spa and having spa treatments, that was really nice. Having a photo shoot in the studio and just seeing the women in the room and we all having fun and taking pictures and taking videos, and some of us dancing, changing, talking to each other, coaching each other. That for me was just really, really magical, and many other. What about for you, Abby?
Well, I also love the retreat, the retreat part of it. Up in the mountains, the villa was beautiful. The views just stunning, absolutely stunning. I really love staying in villas. It's like my favorite thing to do. So that fed my soul. But actually, I really, really loved the second part within Valencia, right? When we were like city living and going out for nice meals. But really what stood out for me was the Thrive Talks.
Yeah.
That day when we got all the women who were on the retreat in a room. We had some other business women that were coming in and joining us, and just to see all those incredible women really stepping up and speaking their truth and sharing their wisdom and really inspiring the room while being videoed. I mean, incredible, right? So not only did they have that experience of speaking on the stage, well, we all had that experience of speaking on the stage, but also to be able to have that video recording to take back with you, for me is invaluable. And I love speaking, and it was just amazing to be able to speak on it on another stage.
Yeah.
And I think that that's something that a lot of the women really, really enjoyed doing that.
Yeah, I loved it. And a lot of women said just seeing Abby at the back, kind of cheerleading me and doing the countdown, I just felt safe, like held, And I think because we've done the preparation and the lead up and the excitement, and also the workshops that we've done leading up to it. So we've had number of workshops. So we already worked on the confidence and the mindset and the contents and the workshop before women came out to the retreat for their speaking part. Really made a difference. And I feel like by the time they got on that stage, if there was any fear or worry or questioning or not sure or doubt, all of that just gone away, and they really stepped up on that stage. And when I was watching the women just on that stage, I was like, I'm so proud. Like, they really done so well. Where a lot of them were feeling a little bit nervous about their talks, they just came on that stage and they're just like as if they've been doing this forever.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting to see when you bring a room full of women together. Some have got experience already speaking on stage and some have never really done it before, but to see, like you say, everyone coming together and to see all the women just cheer, like just holding that space for one another and really giving one another confidence,
Yeah.
right? That's invaluable. I mean, when do you ever get the opportunity really to do that? You know, you and I speak on stages.
Mm.
Sometimes we'll go into a room and we don't know a single soul in the room. Imagine going into a room and speaking on the stage, and there's at least like 15, 20 women there that you know, that are your sisters, that you've had this beautiful experience with, and they give you energy and they give you support and they're cheering you on. How can you not go on that stage and feel empowered when you
Yeah.
were part of that sisterhood?
Yeah, and yeah, I want to share a little something because part of this event was also the launch of the Women Thrive book, which we done just a few weeks before going to retreat. And we've held a panel at this event. But before that happened, this whole retreat was actually initiated by the authors because they said, we want to meet in person. I said, well, why not? Let's do this. And we extended the invitation to our community. But the first time when I met the authors, when they came out of the van, they pulled up to the villa, they got out the van, and we just stood there and hugged. And it was just like, oh my God, that's magical to see someone in flesh. Like maybe we've been connected for a while. Maybe you're just getting into the Women Thrive community. But to be able to experience that in person and actually be surrounded by these amazing women that perhaps you're looking up to or you feel inspired by, it's just magical. We stood there for like 5 minutes just holding each other like, you real, you actually real, you exist. That was amazing.
I heard you.
We were screaming.
I heard the screams.
Hi, Lorna. Good to see you. We're just chatting about the retreat in Spain. It was magical. And Abby, you done some beautiful facilitation as well. And I think a lot of women who came, this is something that I think it's important to talk about the unexpected transformations and healing that happens on retreats. And you facilitated a beautiful space of healing in the mornings, kind of mindfulness practice, yoga, channeling and releasing as well. Tell me a little bit more about the modalities that you use and the significance of having that part of experience in a retreat, and also what could happen as a result, because I think a lot of people don't know, or other people don't make people aware of what it is.
Yeah, I think very often if you've never been to a retreat like this before, maybe you're just looking at it from, I don't know, like the tangible outcomes, you know, like okay, I'm going to walk away with this, and I'm going to sleep in this villa, and this is what I'm going to go to the spa. And so you're kind of looking at it like that, in that kind of like, I don't know, like logistical way. But actually, what I think, if you've never been to a retreat before, what you need to do, or what I encourage you to do, is really open your mind to the other transformation, because it can be very subtle. So I do think actually with an event like this, you could just go to a retreat and just hang out with one another and talk with one another, and you're going to have transformation anyway, without a doubt. When you surround yourself with like-minded, especially when women come together,
Mm.
surround ourselves with like-minded people, we have these incredible transformations. But then you add something into the mix, which is actually designed to be able to connect you with one another even more deeply, but also connect you to yourself. So every morning we had what's the best word, like a ceremony, I guess. One of the villa was right at the top of this mountain, and there were terraces, weren't there, that went down with orange trees, and there was the pool, and then there were these beautiful terraces with orange trees. And I set up a little space with candles and crystals, and we had oracle cards there, and cushions, and it was just beautiful. I did a Kundalini session one morning, Kundalini yoga. We did a women's circle, which was really, really, really powerful. Women's circles are always very powerful. And some other kind of practices and meditations down there. And I think what it does, well, I know what it does, is it gives you the opportunity to really start to look inwards and start to look at maybe, what are the blocks that are holding me back from being more visible? How do I feel about this? Like, how can I heal myself? How can I forgive myself? And it's really, really important as we're doing this work that we not only do the practical steps, like, recording a speaker reel, or having a photo shoot, or going to a mastermind, which is in itself is extraordinary, transformational, but actually when you are doing the inner work, that then shows out on the outer. So this is all about really healing ourselves and believing ourselves so we can show up in our true leadership essence.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of deep work that happens in retreats, and if you have the right facilitators, if the space that is held for you is safe space. And me and Abby were very, very intentional about the people that we bring into our retreats, and the kind of space that facilitates the experience. And I think that's what happened, that because it was a safe space, it allowed people to come out their shell. And for me, I was very observant of people's energies and how they were doing, how they're responding to all these things, so we can each person be supported the best way possible in what they needed in their own transformation and also healing. Because if you almost want to go to that next level of you, there needs to be some inner work to be done, for most people, in order to uncover the next version of you, because there's a lot of energetics that's sometimes blocking us from that next level. And I think this type of combination of retreat, where half of it is the inner work, the healing, allowing that space and time for that to happen, and then kind of shifting gears and going to the practical part of the retreat, where we're in a city, the movement is different. And I really saw the women kind of accelerate in the energy once they got into the city. Like, I'm feeling vibrant. And on the first night, the girls went out clubbing. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I didn't know you guys gonna go clubbing. The next day they showed up to the masterclass, or the kind of the mastermind training. They're like, oh, lucky a bit of sleep because we went out last night. I was like, well, that's on you, girls. Because I'm about to light some fire up in here. But yeah, it's a beautiful experience.
Yeah. And then what about for you then, Raimonda, in terms of obviously we had the mastermind day, and then you were doing some strategy work as well. We're in the villa. Like, what did that look like?
For me, it's really important when people come to retreats like that they work on their businesses. And I think because we bring a lot of experience to the table between us as facilitators, and also the experience in a room, opportunity for people to zoom out on their business and really work on their plans. Like, I love to plan my business when I'm away from my usual environment, and when I'm having a flight somewhere. It opens the doors for new creativity, new vision, and new goals. So I think if you're coming onto this retreat, think about the growth part in your strategic planning. So the next retreat is in June this year. It's like halfway through the year. And that's a beautiful opportunity for you then say, okay, I'm going to take this time halfway through the year to zoom out my business and plan. And I know it allows you for the rest of the summer to really integrate, and then really come back in September with a strategic and solid plans, because you've taken that time to do that. You created content, you've done the photo shoots, you've done the content, you looked at your visibility plan, you looked at your speaking opportunities, media, PR, all those things that we look at through this retreat, and the purposeful content that we create with the guidance and support. Honestly, I just think it's a game changer. If I was on the other side listening to this and wanting to grow as an entrepreneur and build my leadership, no doubt, I mean, this is probably the best investment that you can make right now.
Yeah. I always think as well, whenever I invest in myself in this way, I always want to know who's in the room. And I think what you've just talked about, the fact that this is not just open to everyone. There is a selection process. We interview a lot of the women that came onto the last retreat and will be coming onto this retreat as well are already in our community. They're already our authors, they're our speakers, they are aligned to our values at Women Thrive. So I think also it's really important to know that the women that will be in this room, you'll want to be in a room with them.
Yeah, for
You want
sure.
to be in a room with these women, and yeah, that's where you're going to find some really amazing collaborations and connections and inspiration. Yeah.
It's the thing, the relationships is invaluable, and relationships we already built with our community and the trust that people have with us, that they, on a last retreat, I think they must have had 6 or 8 weeks to prepare for this trip, and they just like a drop of the hat. I was like, let's go. As soon as we announced, like, let's go, I'm booking my tickets. So this time around, you've got nearly 6 months to prepare yourself. And if you're considering, I would jump in right now and put your application in forward, because this is the right time now to start considering making this decision now, so you have extra time. One, you can go into a payment plan that makes it a little bit more affordable. Two, you can get to know the community and prepare yourself, and also get excited. I mean, that's a major trip for 2024 that you could be planning right now. I think you want to get excited, especially now in January when weather is miserable. As I call it, Blue Monday, like, okay, let's change that to something more inspirational that you can look forward to. And then you get to jump on a call with Abby and talk about the retreat. So always a bonus.
You know what I loved about it as well? Like, some of the women brought their partners with them, they brought their husbands with them. And that was so amazing to see, because they were able to come over, like do the retreat, then travel around Europe a little bit. They had that support. So yeah, I mean, it's just a great opportunity to come and work on your business, make some great connections, walk away with some incredible content. I mean, all the photo shoots, the speaker reels, you get your Thrive talk recorded, you actually have the opportunity to stand on stage and do your Thrive talk, all the connections and the possibilities off the back end of that. And also you get to see this beautiful country that you're so privileged to live in, Raimonda. You know, it's so beautiful in Valencia. Oh my goodness, it's just stunning. The food, like the siestas, you know, I love a siesta. The atmosphere, it's just absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'd love to see you there.
So if you haven't already, hop onto that link that is in the description right now. Have a look. There's full itinerary, there's information, there's pictures, actual real pictures of the villa and the apartment and the locations where we were at. Amazing, amazing pictures. So just a little recap. We're headed on a Valencia retreat in June. It's going to be beautiful, stunning weather. It's open now for application, so you can put yourself forward. There are 2 parts to the retreat. Half of the retreat will be held in the villa, 1 hour away from Valencia, in the most beautiful, stunning location. We can't reveal the location because obviously we want that to be private. But you're going to have an amazing time. You get included all the transfers from the airport. You're going to be treated like a star. The full experience, like from the chef. Our chef is like a celebrity chef that works with the royal family in the UK. He put together the most amazing food for us. We have had the most professional, experienced people doing the videography and photography. You got myself as a facilitator, as well as Abigail, who's got tons of experience, not only in running retreats, doing the inner work, healing work, styling, human design. That's something we haven't even touched on, but we'll get to in just a moment. So you get multiple workshops. Nearly every day we have a workshop planned for you. All the meals are included: breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and dining at restaurants. So that means you don't have to spend a penny more. What else is included? Spa treatments, facials, yoga, the healing, the facilitation, the workshops, photo shoots. We had multiple photo shoots and behind the scenes videography as well. So we had a studio photo shoot. Abby was also, and myself, doing some coaching around confidence and posing and styling and things like that. Then the city photo shoot that we've done as well, with videography behind the scenes. You had a speaker's reel recorded, so a headshot of you speaking and promoting yourself as a speaker, a keynote talk at a live event here in Valencia, so you can have your signature talk, and all around the connections and networking opportunities, personal growth, the amazing experiences of being out and about and having dinners and lunches and a whole community and sisterhood. I don't think it's even valued fairly for what it comes at.
Yeah, I agree. It is amazing, actually, what you get to walk away with and experience with this. Yes, absolutely.
I know some of the girls said Abigail just did some magic with her human design. So just briefly touch on that as well for those who perhaps interested in the human design element of the retreat.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to. I am a human design leadership guide. I work with entrepreneurial women all around the world, and I help them to step into their leadership and to create success and ease and flow in their business by aligning their business strategy to human design. And human design has been a game changer for me in my business and those of my clients. If you imagine that Myers-Briggs and astrology became lovers and had a love child, that's human design. So it's a blueprint of your aura. It shows you how your energy is received by others, how you receive the energy of others. It tells you all about how you build relationships, how you can go out there and be more visible, how you can attract invitations, opportunities into your life. And when you align it to your business and your leadership and your visibility, it is a game changer, because it actually gives you a blueprint that you can put directly over your business.
Yeah.
And it's just another incredible tool that you can start to introduce, not only for yourself and your own personal development and self-love and self-confidence and self-acceptance, but also integrating it into your team. So I also go out into corporate and teach it at corporate events and with teams, because it really, really helps you to be able to create dynamic teams that understand one another, that work well with one another, and that then obviously, impact on your business growth and business success. So I'll be there, sharing this wonderful tool with you as well.
Amazing. Thank you, Abby. I'm excited because I know some of the girls really, it was a very insightful knowledge and experience that you got to share on this retreat. And I don't underestimate the transformation just because of that as well. So for those of you watching, thank you so much. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. We'll come back and answer those for you, as well as put your application forward if you are interested in having that conversation with us. We'll jump on a call, we will discuss the details of it, and if we are aligned and if we feel we're the right fit to move forward, then we'll get your spot booked on a retreat, and we're going to meet you in June in 2024. Abby, thank you so much for being here and also facilitating this retreat with us as well. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in a few months' time.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. I'm really excited.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So don't make this a Blue Monday. Book yourself on a retreat and start looking forward to something inspiring and life-changing for you. I hope you enjoyed this conversation with us. And if you're feeling inspired, share this video with somebody else. Thank you all so much. And we'll look forward to seeing you again very soon. Take care.